Okay. Now.
Okay. Yeah, so I have a question because so all you and other enlightened person keep telling that the personality is not real, that it's only a thought. But I think of me as a personality, and for sure I cannot find myself like in the body, but I still maybe it's deep thought or something. For example, if I think of a personality like some settings, and those settings, for example, if I was born at the same time in different countries, I would sure be a different person. I would speak different languages and so on. But I think, for example, if I like orange juice and don't like apple juice, in 5 different countries, in 5 different versions of me, I would still like orange juice, not apple juice. And this is what keeps me, keeps personality. These settings, who likes orange juice? This the body or what?
The mind. What gives a personality is identity with all of it. What you mentioned before. The body is inert. And it doesn't say I.
But it has its own likes and dislikes.
No, the body doesn't have any of that. It is the mind.
But who likes the taste or something?
The mind.
How? How is it so? I cannot get it.
It's the mind that identifies itself with the body and perceives the world through the body, and likes or dislikes this or that is perceived through the senses. Is when the body dies, you chop it into pieces. It says, no, I don't like this, I don't like that. And the body doesn't say so, right?
Yes.
Yeah. If you're gonna bury the body, says, no, no, don't bury me, I want to be cremated. And if you take it to the crematory, it doesn't say, no, 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 I want to be buried. Then who is
But probably this part, which is called the soul, she, for example, I want to be cremated, and they buried me, and I'm like, no, don't do this. Nobody hear me. Maybe some psychics or something.
But that is the question. This is what we are trying to find out here. Who is this I that say yes, no, please, see, and all that? Who is it?
But people are so different. How it can be that there is no personality? Somebody evil, somebody kind, somebody stupid, somebody smart.
No personality means that it's not actually real. See, it appears to be there, but it's not really there. It appears to be there. It's an appearance in consciousness, right?
But appearing has its own pattern. Somebody appearing to be evil, somebody appearing to be kind for long distance.
Apparently, yes. But in reality, no. You inquire, who is this I that is actually now asking the question? Okay, all the questions will disappear and you will be happy.
I cannot inquire more than 10 seconds. Then mind goes out and tell me something.
Yes, because it loves to analyze and to compare. It wants to understand, right? In deep sleep, everybody is happy, or at least in peace. You can experience that peacefulness now. That is your reality. You can be awake and yet sleeping. Why bother with all that? Okay, suppose that somebody maybe wiser than me give you the answer, gives you the answer. Okay, fine. Will you feel more enlightened, more peace, more? No. You will not be satisfied with the answer. And if you are satisfied with the answer, then you will raise another question about something else, right? And,
Yeah.
and this vicious circle never ends. Who wants to know all that? And the one that wants to know all that because he wants to hear that, yes, it does exist. Because the ego listen that the ego doesn't exist and it doesn't like it. What do you mean that it doesn't exist? It has to be there, right? There is a personality. And then he as you see the body likes it. Seems not me, the body. Right? He points to elsewhere, right? So who
Yeah.
is who is this one?
Oh,
It's inquiry, actually. They're inquiring about the reality, the nature of the mind, and questioning one's identity with it or as it.
is it, you mean consciousness or the mind?
What?
You said it wants have identity with it
As the mind.
as the mind. I see. Once you said like
If
the
you are
the
looking
wind.
at this eye, it will dissolve right in front of you.
It's always a dilemma. When I inquire, it's like nobody here. But
Exactly.
then
Exactly.
somebody goes and like, no, I'm here. I wanna know.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh God.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm okay.
You got it, right?
Yeah, I got it. So I switch on because it's 4 in the morning in Russia.
Sorry?
I said I'm going to switch off because it's 4 in the morning and I cannot sleep until I ask you this question.
That's okay. That's okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. He says, no, 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 yes, yes, no, yes, no. And what is that? Thought, see? Can you see that? No, yes, but how come? This is thought, right? And apparently the one that is thinking the thought is Alina. See?
Yeah, sure.
I'm Alina, and I am writing these questions. I'm having these thoughts. Can you see that? All what you are verbalizing, see, in the form of questions, are thoughts. If you don't verbalize them, you can see they are thoughts. Yes or no? They didn't let you sleep.
Yes.
So these are thoughts. And who is thinking these thoughts? I, Alina, right? Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
It's important that you understand. Okay, I, right? And then you look at this I, right? Who is this I? Or from where this I emerged, right? And as you look at it, it disappears, it vanishes, right? Like a ghost. See? Like a ghost expelled by an exorcism, right?
But then why personality is so different?
Why not? Why you want everybody to be the same? It's gonna be boring.
Yes, but personality makes this illusory person feels like it's real.
Then get rid of it. If it bothers you, get rid of it. You are see you wow, it's amazing. You so quickly fall back into why? Remember,
Yeah,
why
it seems like past lives is I already get rid of it by suicide, and this life I'm actually afraid of suicide.
suicide? How can you bloody die? You can't.
You know it, I don't.
If you kill yourself now, you will be frustrated because you fail.
Yeah, I know.
Then
Somehow I don't know how, but I know. Oh God. Like Oля today, she was not satisfied that there is no way out.
I want
Or
out. See again, I want something. I want to know why, right?
yes.
I want this, or I don't want. Without I, what is there to want or not? And getting rid of this I is to become aware of the fact that it actually doesn't exist. It only appears to be there. See, after I spoke with Mr. Ratnalal for the first time, I think 1 or 2 days later, there was no satsang. I think the next day, actually, there was no satsang in the garden, which was an informal satsang, and those satsang will take place by appointment. Somebody will have to go to his house and say, listen, there is a Spanish group, Italian group, we want to talk to you, and we provide a translator and all that. Otherwise, you will have to wait either on Mondays, that was a formal satsang on the lecture hall, or on Thursdays, that the Spanish group, I think it was the only one that had a fixed day, by the way. He was very fond somehow of the Spanish speaking people, right? Then I met him in the street of the ashram, and he said, "How is Caesar?" He didn't say, "How are you?" He said, "How is Caesar?" And funny enough, I it's like I wrote the question, right? Let me see how is Caesar. And I came out with an answer that is disappearing, right? And he said, "Good, good, very good." He said, "He's actually not there. He only appears to be there." Right? So ignore him. And then he just shake his head, smile, and walked away. How is Caesar? Disappearing. Because that's first is a glimpse, and then there is a disappearing process, so to speak.
But even the Ratan Lal has he was not there, but the personality was there, because you said like he was shaking his head, and this is so Indian way to do this.
Yeah, but yes, fine. But who is this? Is the identity with all of that? The identity with that creates the entity called personal personality. See, in Russian, you use the word person. Personality for me is the characteristic of quality of a person, right? So let's say, for instance, that personality may be there, but there is no person. Some qualities or characteristics or attributes might be there, but they don't belong to anybody.
Ah,
One believes to be identical with it. See, identical. See, our sense of self or false sense of self is based on or upon identity with it or as it, right?
I get it.
Mhm. Certain characteristics or aspects of the personality may remain, right? The way you walk, the way you dress, uh, what you eat, the way you eat, right? But who is the doer of all of that, and who is experiencer of that's the question. Right? Ramana didn't like coffee. I remember reading it to somebody called Lakshmi, I believe. And I say, Lakshmi knows that I don't like coffee. How many times I told you I don't like coffee? She keeps on bringing me coffee. What to do, right?
Hmm. But who don't like
That,
body?
no, that's a question. See, you want me to give you an answer instead of you finding the answer by yourself.
Try.
You dye your hair pink, right?
Yes.
Good. Now, the body, the hair in the body is pink, right? Then ask this question to yourself: who did it?
Nobody. Body dyed the body, the hair of the body. I don't know.
Just keep on looking, right? Does the question disappear or not? What is driving you crazy is the question, right?
Yes.
What is driving you crazy is the sword. Why don't get rid of what is driving you nuts and be happy?
Hmm.
Cepillo, I haven't seen any cepillo for pitillo. No cepillo. Pitillo. Cepillo is brush. I was wondering. In the drawer, no? Was in the drawer. Why not to be free from thoughts and happy for that?
They keep on coming.
And keep on looking at its source. Okay. You get rid of them as they are. That's what Ramana said. I only can repeat myself, okay, again and again. The simple and single knowledge, okay.
And I'm keep listening.
Ah,
You said that you keep repeating and I'm keep listening.
yes, that's the way. Keep on looking at yourself. Ignore the mind altogether. Don't worry about what to do, and even the practical thoughts, they will come by itself. You don't have to worry about a thing.
Yeah, but like I'm started to sew, and now my mind preoccupied and engaged about it, like what I'm doing next, and
Yeah, but you keep on looking at all that stuff. See, you give too much attention to it.
yeah, it's a habit.
Break it. You have an organized. What do you need, huh? Oh, how is it? Have you checked? A thought arises, inquiry takes place. A thought arises, inquiry takes place. That's the way it works. That weakens the tendency of the mind to rise, see, to get externalized. Externalized means it's a very thinking about something. And all this is so useless, right? It's a useless thinking, right?
Yes, and useless and get a lot of energy.
Yes. They have no practical means. It's just it's just distractive. See, it's a distraction, right? The attention goes away from yourself, right? Otherwise, the mind is just goes into blank, right?
Yeah.
This blank is also thought.
What is not thought?
It's
Then everything is the thought. What is not thought?
the self. What you are is not a thought. See, but you think that what you are is a thought, the thought I. You shouldn't be eating from the same bottle. Why did you get that him? No. Really.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hmm.
Blank state.
Isn't it an inquiry, this blank?
That's also useless. See, who sees it? Regain consciousness. Who sees the blank state? See, who is blank? Who?
I thought that the blank state is actually a thoughtless state, no?
No. Even the thoughtless state is thought. There's a thoughtless thought.
What?
And if there is a thoughtless state, there is awareness of the thoughtless state, yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. And the thoughtless state is what allows you to know that you are the awareness, the very awareness or consciousness of the thoughtless state. This is why we cannot get this. We get distracted for a while. The mind takes over. It produces any illusory stuff, phenomenon or thought or blank or image or light or darkness or energy, anything, right? And off we go running after it, meaning by that, giving to it one's full attention. See, we hook to it, see, with attention, and then it takes you for a ride. Tan, tan, tararara, tararara, tu, tu, tu. Okay?
But maybe when it's blank and it's not talking, maybe it's a good news or not.
Huh?
Maybe it's a good news that it's not talking. It's a blank.
No, no, no. This blank is also a trap.
Oh God.
Mm. That has been prescribed even as meditation. See, put your mind in blank, right?
Speaking wrong, silence wrong. What is right?
There is no right and wrong. Who is saying that the speaking is wrong? The speaking nonsense is different. But, nonsense is nonsense. Right or wrong, I don't know. If there is ego, we talk nonsense. We make no sense.
And how I get it with the mind if it's not the mind who get it?
You don't get it with ego. How can you get yourself? So what do you need? The assistance of whom or what you need to know that you are yourself is the self. Yourself, the self is already self-evident. Then who is this one that is asking the questions? The absolute doesn't even need the mind. So very.
Hi, Cesar.
All this exists. Sorry to keep both microphone open so we can just to give a.
Okay.
So all these existential questions, all this is useless. It's a vicious circle. The only question rise The voice rising is who am I? The self-awareness is the only solution for no problem. See, there is no problem. Life circumstances may be this, that, or the other, and I know that. I'm very much aware of that.
I'm
Right?
just trying to understand when I get what I get wrong, that inquiry doesn't work. So I logically, like I got it, but
Inquiry works.
yes,
You say
I
that
feel you. No, I feel like an alcoholic who's trying to point to his nose by his hand and like always somewhere else. Like I'm always missing the point, missing something. Or I'm doing something wrong or get something
you're
wrong.
thinking that you are doing something wrong. You think too much. That's the problem. Hold on to the thinker. Remain as the thinker. Driving just you. If you want something, you drive yourself crazy. If you don't want something, you drive yourself crazy. Hmm? Meditate on the meditator. So the outward tendencies of the mind can at least get reduced. Yeah? This tendency of mental vagary, you see, can slow down a bit, right? This tendency to, there is a thought, and then the attention goes after it, right? It's like a bird passed by, and then so learn how to ignore that. See this little imaginary bird passing by, see, apparently here. Let's see.
And then I can catch the blank.
And then
And then when I see them passing by and don't follow them, I got this blank, stupid, dull.
see, this is not even happening, and you are saying that it's going to happen, right?
Yes, I'm a predictor.
Exactly. Why? Because it had happened before, okay? And now because I say that it's not convenient, right? Then obviously your mind has a tendency for negativism, okay, for negative stuff. And it says, what I did before, it was not right, okay, or it was wrong, and it's going to happen again, right? And then that is so-called predisposition, right?
Doesn't it? Or
Then
experience.
and then you turn to be pessimistic. See? It can be the other way around, and then you become, oh, that's fantastic. Oh, and then that's going to happen again. And then you become optimistic, right? And it is also mental projection, right? Nothing is
What
going
is the diff?
You are waiting for something to happen. You are waiting to get, nothing is going to happen. I'm telling you. What you are is not going to happen. What you are is what you are already. It's not something that happens, right? It is not an experience. It's not something, how can you get yourself or to achieve yourself, right? Even to realize yourself, that makes no sense.
But then what is the difference between predispositions and experience? If I put hand to the fire, it's gonna burn, and I got this experience not to put it in the fire.
What is producing the predisposition is the experience. The experiences will shape, see, the predispositions, the tendencies, right? This is what I'll take it. It's called the imprints, see, impressions left in the mind. Hmm? It is the past, which it doesn't exist anymore. So the mind believes that it's going to exist again in the future. See, what it doesn't exist, it may exist in the future. Okay, let's stop it early.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you.
Terry, and didn't I open your microphone? Yes.
Yep. I'm noticing that I'm not very interested in talking to people in general.
Okay.
I mean, it's very different to what I used to be a few years ago.
Yes.
Like I was always really interested in what people were doing, how they were going, what their plans were. Lots of questions, like asking them everything. I wanted to know lots about them. But now I'm not really. I don't really care too much. It just seems to be just another story.
No. That is natural, actually.
No. What I'm thinking is like me asking them a question is just listening to another story. Like it just seems like I'm not interested in listening to another story, like another. So you're saying that's natural, that's normal, not.
Because if if you speak about something, right, it might be an interesting conversation, right?
Yeah.
Whatever the topic might be. But when people talk about something, what is important is me.
Mm.
It turns to be about me. You can talk about politics, you can talk about science, you can talk about anything. But somehow the ego will turn it as if it is actually about him, right?
About that person, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So most of the conversations are egocentric, ego-centered, certain in me.
Yeah.
Because I, people talking about a trip to India, for example, spiritual people. Oh, and I was there, and it was the conversation was not about that person trip to India. See, it was exactly it was about that person, right? And
Yeah. That's,
see, you can say, oh, say there was a temple, a Shiva temple. It was huge, and it has like a this and that, and then you enter, and you see that you're talking about something, right? And then
yeah.
when I get there and wow, and then the feeling, oh, that I saw, see, it's all about me, right? It is not different than when you see these people in a pub or in a disco, right, on the dance floor, and a particular song is played. Oh my God, this is me. This is all about me. Right?
This is my jam.
Exactly. Right? So it is the same. So actually, you said this to me a long time ago. It's just,
Yeah. Well,
yeah, I remember. Actually, just had a flashback. I think still I was in Thailand. It just depends, right?
yeah.
So we don't see, we lose interest for that. It's natural. That predisposition, that tendency, that inclination gets reduced, or it's just no longer there.
Yeah. I think I remember asking you before.
Huh?
I think I remember asking you previously.
You mentioned this before. We spoke about it. I just hit my head. In my case, Nancy has to take me to the balcony of the house. Otherwise you're gonna get mold or something. You're gonna grow mold, as you said. And then when the conversation is about something, it is different.
Mm.
But even if I identify myself as a topic of conversation, or politics, or economy, or spirituality, oh my God, arguments begin because I want to prove myself right.
Mm. Sure. Yeah. Okay.
I can speak about the Republicans and the Democrats, right? Without identifying myself as any of them. I can speak about China, Russia, India, the East and the West, this and that, right?
Yeah.
And you try to see things as objective as possible if such thing exists, right?
Sure.
You may see situations, right? Like you see, it's like see a soccer game without taking any position and seeing the game. You can pass a comment. This team A wants to win to team B. If they don't do this, they're gonna lose, right?
Yeah.
And then you can go to the other side and say, see, look to the other side and say, if this one doesn't do this, he's not gonna win. So this is what is happening, right?
Right.
You can
Yeah.
you can approach to everything like that, right?
Yeah. Sure.
And this is the mind when the ego is gone. Even without the ego can be there, but it's me still
Uh-huh.
who is doing it. This is the situation, right? Let's see how we deal with it, right?
Yeah.
It will be need. Well, I may need this, and that, or I may need more energy or something, or an assistant or something. You know what I'm saying? But I remember Mr. Ratandal said, "Oof." When he asked me to do this, and the first time he asked me to do this, they go out and do this. I entered his bedroom and he was sitting on his bed. Right. It was so cute. It was like a dwarf. Really. His hands, his fingers were so long. Even the toes were so long. And the body was so tiny. It was looking like a dwarf. And he's lying on sitting on his bed. And I noticed, right, that he was already, see, there was not much time left. And he noticed that I noticed, and I said, yes, yes, yes. And then I'm so old and so tired. Even doing nothing, I get tired. See, if he was talking, it seemed that he was talking about something, and yet you could feel that he was not talking about me. Can you see that?
Mm.
See, I'm so old and so tired. I was laughing about it, right?
Right, sure.
Or taking it lightly, right? Also, introspection is quite pleasant, right?
Sorry, what was that?
Introspection.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
And then you have to make an effort. See, the same effort that we used to make to go inwards, now it has to be
Yeah.
done to go outward. Yes, it's like,
Yeah. And it seems quite pointless at times.
hmm. Ramana used to read the newspaper every day, and sometimes he'll pass a comment about this or that, right?
Uh-huh.
It's like you're not unaware, right? But the focus of attention is oneself.
Mm.
The very basis of life, one's own self. There is no tendency also to develop more attachments, see? To develop friendships and relationships and all that stuff. It's not that you know, I'm not going to have a relationship with Shani. Be careful, I'm not saying that. But this need to be with people, right? The need to be with people, right?
Mm.
To go and socialize, right? To meet more people. No, I want to travel the world. I want to meet people. I want to go out and see them. This is just gone. I mean, it's happening that you see them, but what to do? See, senses are there. You can help it, right? And if by chance, right, I will say, even if by destiny you get associated with something, then okay, what to do, right?
Right.
But we are not looking for anything anymore.
Yeah.
The only thing that we are looking for is that what we were looking for in the past, we produce this life, it comes to an end.
Yeah, sure.
Ramana Maharshi described the actions of the sage as those of the coolies in India. Remember the coolies?
Not so much.
The guys that carry your luggages or carry
Oh, okay.
or,
Yep.
or carry whatever for you.
Sure.
Coolies. I think that the sage is just like that. See, the only thing that the coolie has in his head is when can I put what is in my head down? He's just looking forward to put all that down. Right? It's the only thing that he's thinking. Okay, in his mind is just Jesus, is to put this down. So it is the sage, is it to put this down.
Yeah, sure.
And the coolie will put it down happily, right? Oh Jesus, thanks God. Right? Don't even pay me. I'm happy that I don't have to carry that. No rupees. Ramana was surrounded by so many people. I saw that in Mr. Ratnalal and in Baba Tipu. They were not attached to anybody.
Right.
They would spend time and talk and share and laugh together and all that. Baba used to say, I love all, but I am attached to none.
Yeah. I'm noticing at work, it's an uncomfortable environment. So I'm trying to, there's more of a focus on awareness when I remember to do it, of course. And it seems to, I guess, strengthen the will to put my attention on awareness rather than get involved in the distractions of the environment around.
Yeah. We don't have to be unfriendly, right? We can be kind and at least as possible, right? Especially in a working environment, right? You organize your work. You did. Okay. The master cannot move too much the arms. So.
Good that she's home.
Yeah, she's fine actually. Before you empty the thingy, I'll do it, okay. Yeah, we have to report, okay, or we have to keep a record, okay. So, yes,
Yeah, so it's all at the moment. It's almost like in the tough environment that I'm in at work at the moment, kind of makes me want to put attention on awareness. So in a way, it's a positive, I guess.
well, that also keeps you more centered.
Mm,
It is even beneficial for the practicality of whatever you are doing.
mm.
You may be more efficient because you have less distractions.
Yeah,
You may focus better in what you are meant to be doing, right?
yeah,
And then you save yourself all these unnecessary emotions and frictions and uh, right
yeah,
engagements, right? We can be polite. Let the other people be however they want to, right? And let us be nice, so to speak.
yeah, sure. I do think it upsets people when I don't converse with them too much.
Hmm?
I think it upsets people when I don't engage in many conversations. So I noticed that. So I guess it's a
What to do? So you can't help it. How people react, you can't help it. And as long as your conscience is clean, everything is okay.
yeah, sure.
In peace with yourself. That's what really matters, right?
Yeah.
In peace with yourself is actually being yourself, which is self
Mm.
is. The cat is passing through the stage from being a calf to be an adult. So the hormones are just driving him nuts, going bananas. So
Thanks for the reminder.
it's a pleasure. We become more like straight to the point. See, there is no messing around. There is no, walking around the bushes. Just always straight. See, straightforward, simple and sincere. See.
Mm.
Shani, no questions?
I have lots, but I think today it's just nice being with you guys and learning a lot from what you say. So I'm just absorbing the energy today,
Good.
and I'm happy. We're sending prayers to you guys, so yay!
Yeah, it was a little bit challenging. Yeah,
Mm.
Friday was operation, and no, Thursday. And then after 3-4 hours after the operation, Nancy started noticing like a little bit of inflammation. We thought it was, well, maybe, that's a symptom after the operation. But the next day was a little bit more. And we called the doctors to check, and I said, oh,
Oh no!
surgery again.
Mm.
But now it's just steady. They just left her with this like a blood drip, like
Oh,
remove the blood. 2 days. Good.
thank you.
Thanks, Cesar.
Welcome. Quedan 10 minuticos. ¿Alguna pregunta? Ok, nos vemos entonces mañana.